Hi, we are Katie Walker, Jacqueline Lamb, and Elsa Sahachu, and we are on Team 6. Today, we are going to be talking about rethinking glucose monitoring, using new technology in an effort to have less invasive alternatives to testing glucose levels. Diabetes was declared a global epidemic by the World Health Organization due to rapidly increasing incidence and the major cause of mortality between the ages of 20 and 79. Monitoring blood glucose is a crucial part of keeping a healthy lifestyle by avoiding diabetic complications such as diabetic retinopathy, kidney damage, heart disease, stroke, neuropathy, and birth defects. In the past few years, there have been numerous technological advancements that are being investigated for the effectiveness in measuring blood glucose levels utilizing minimally invasive systems.
Current blood glucose monitoring techniques involve a cost-effective electrochemical biosensor, which is capable of being mass-produced and responding rapidly to glucose detection. However, the current equipment utilize automatic lancet devices to prick the fingertip of diabetics to take the blood sample. The widely employed electrochemical glucose meters are finger stick systems that require less than 1 microliter of blood obtained with a 32-gauge lancet. Because of this, these techniques tend to be painful as the diabetic has to prick their finger 4 times a day in order to monitor their blood glucose levels. Today's blood glucose sensors remain far from perfect. Users must stop what they're doing, pull out their meter supplies, and prick a finger. It hurts and over time leaves scar tissue on the fingertips. On top of this, it only gives diabetics snapshots of their blood glucose rather than continuous readings. For someone with type 1 diabetes, they might need to go through this process 10 times a day.
New methods are being investigated and developed that involve obtaining blood glucose levels in a non-invasive manner. These technological advancements range from a variety of methods including measuring glucose of the interstitial fluid, light-based methods, earlobe clips, smart contact lenses, and sweat patches. The first alternative way to monitor glucose is through measuring the interstitial fluid. A few companies already market interstitial fluid glucose monitors, such as the Dexcom G5 Mobile and the Freestyle Libre, but these devices do require penetration of the skin. After being inserted, the small sensor remains in place for a number of days, which vary according to the device. Glucose readings are then transmitted wirelessly to a smart device. The next step for this technology would be an interstitial fluid glucose monitor that does not penetrate the skin, but instead draws fluid to the skin surface for testing.
Another alternative is the light-based method. A light-based glucose monitor would be the absolutely ideal way to measure glucose, since it would be truly non-invasive, discreet, and very easy to use. It would work by shining a beam of light onto someone's skin, then measuring what fraction of the light is absorbed by glucose, and from this calculating blood glucose levels. However, FDA approval will be difficult as there are no comparable devices out in the market so far. Therefore, very comprehensive studies are required before getting this product out in the market for sale and for future use.
An ear clip attaches to the earlobe to monitor glucose. This device is intended for those with type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetic adults. It consists of a main unit and an ear clip, which monitors glucose using 3 independent technologies: ultrasonic, electromagnetic, and thermal. However, the clip is attached by the user each time they want to check their levels, so there is not continuous monitoring for this device. Also, it is a more expensive device, and the ear clip portion must be replaced every 6 months.
Smart contact lenses are designed as contact lenses that measure glucose in tiers. The lenses are made from 2 layers of material, with a pinhole that would emit tear fluid for testing by sensors. It would use a wireless antenna thinner than a hair to transmit readings to a smart device. In 2017, a research team in Oregon State University announced that it had created a prototype for glucose sensing contact lenses. Furthermore, Google is one major company out there to have announced a plan to make smart contact lenses that monitor glucose levels for individuals with diabetes.
Despite numerous advances in medical technology, it has been proven difficult to get accurate glucose readings without piercing the skin. Measuring glucose through tears, sweat, and saliva means fighting against the body's ever-changing physiology. A small study may show a tiny eyelid sensor can be as accurate as a continuous glucose monitoring in the lab, but replicating those results in the real world can be very difficult. How do you get a sensor to distinguish between old sweat and new sweat? Can a sensor accurately tell the difference between tears of joy and tears to keep the eye moist? Can the food that you eat interfere with the glucose levels in your mouth? All these questions could lead to problems in taking glucose readings. Another challenge that faces non-invasive technologies involves finding companies that are willing to invest into this new technology. Investors are sometimes wary of non-invasive startups because they have seen numerous non-invasive ideas not pan out. Overall, none of these technologies have been commercialized successfully, at least with any longevity, so how can we be sure the effectiveness of these products?
We must ask ourselves if these new non-invasive methods provide an accurate reading of glucose levels, and if they are better alternatives to the current methods of glucose monitoring. This brings about our discussion questions. How would you improve upon the non-invasive devices? And what is the most important factor when it comes to testing glucose levels for the patient? Thank you for watching.